Okay guys, so we've got some breaking news today regarding the Gears of War Netflix movie. As always, I'm your host Abs. Let's discuss and break it down. So according to the Hollywood Reporter website, the Gears of War movie has landed David Leitch as a director. The news article states, Leitch and Kelly McCormick will produce the Netflix video game adaptation via their 87 North Productions banner, along with gaming company The Coalition. The Fall Guy director is in negotiations to helm Gears of War, Netflix's big budget adaptation of one of the biggest video game franchises on the Xbox platform. Jon Spaihts, who is working with Denis Villeneuve on adapting Frank Herbert's Dune books for Legendary, is writing the script for the feature, for which Netflix has partnered with the Coalition Studio, the Canadian game developer behind the franchise. Which we discussed just over 2 years ago that Jon Spaihts was confirmed to pen the script for the Gears movie, being deemed to be a masterful storyteller with a talent for creating epic sci-fi universes. What's interesting is that in 2022, Jon Spaihts was nominated for an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay for Dune Part 1, and this year he was nominated for Best Film Screenwriting, which is, in my opinion, a really positive sign for the Gears movie, and he's apparently a big Gears of War fan too, so I have high hopes for the writing and the whole world building adaptation of the movie. As for David Leitch, he has a pretty reputable resume as a director, I'm not gonna lie. He co-directed John Wick, which released in 2014, which of course many people enjoyed. He directed The Fall Guy, Deadpool 2, Bullet Train, Atomic Blonde, Hobbs & Shaw, which was the Fast and Furious spin-off, which I personally enjoyed. So I think he has a pretty decent resume for action movies. The source material is so rich and unique, so if Spaihts can write a fire script, then hopefully Leitch will find it easier to adapt that to the big screen, as opposed to creating an action movie from scratch with no source material. But obviously it's easier said than done, right? It seems like the Coalition are locked in and are making some big moves on the movie. They ain't messing around, and it looks like Netflix also want to deliver the goods by splashing the cash on this one, but only time will tell. It's been almost 3 years since the Gears of War Netflix movie was announced, and just over 2 years since the writer was penciled in. I do wonder if the script is complete, but all of this news tells us that the movie is still in the first stage of development. Next would be creating the storyboards, casting the actors and so on. So hopefully we get some good casting news of actors by the end of this year, I'm hoping and I'm guessing. But this also shows us that the movie is probably still a couple of years away. I'm saying 2027 minimum. Now a lot of people have been saying Batista for Marcus Phoenix. I think he's a good actor, but man, he's almost 60 years old. He looks like he's off the juice too, so he's looking quite natural and, to be honest, healthy for his age pretty much, but I don't see him looking the part for Marcus. Especially if the movie does really well, they're gonna want to plan long term in case they create any sequels. If it was like 2005 Batista with his acting of today, I would have said hell yeah, but now I'd say maybe go for someone younger. But let me know if you agree or disagree to that. The Gears of War movie production is getting off to a good start in my estimation, so here's hoping that they keep a great momentum from here onwards, because we deserve an amazing Gears of War live action movie that's gonna push the franchise to heights never seen before if done right. Gears of War would become mainstream on another level, and then there'll be the animated series, and if they have successes with the movie and animated series, then there'll be even more stories to tell, but they need to get this right first. Respect the source material. Respect the lore and the themes and ideas of the franchise that you're dealing with. Because if you don't, then well, there's many examples of video game adaptations gone wrong. I'm looking at you, Master Cheeks. But yeah, let me know what you think below and subscribe if you haven't done so already for everything Gears of War related. And a big special thank you to the YouTube and Patreon members for your additional support as always. Please do consider becoming a member if you do want to support my work further. I'm your host Abs, and I'll catch you guys next time.